Hello all, welcome to my YouTube channel. So in today's video we are going to discuss about Terraform, Splat Expressions and Zipmap functions. So what is Splat Expressions? So Splat Expressions allow us to get a list of all the attributes. So what does mean by attributes? So attributes are the fields in a resource, data source or provider. They basically hold the values that end up in a state. So in simple word, if I say attributes basically store the value. So if you can see in these two images, both are the same. There is only one difference within. If you see in output of ARNs, so here we are providing a 0 and here we are providing a splat expression. So this is the only difference between these two images. And in both the images, we are going to create a EC2 instance. So what basically splat expression does, if you want to output a particular attribute value, you have to specify, like if you for example you have 100 of EC2 instance and you want to output all the 100 EC2 instance attribute values, then you have to specify this particular line output values like 0 1 2 3 400 times. So to avoid that thing, we basically use a splat expressions. So if you can see in this particular image, here instead of providing a numbers like 0 1 2 or 3, we are providing directly a splat expression here. So whatever or how many the number of instance, basically we have two. If we have 100 of instance also, there is no need to specify that particular instance value here. So a splat expression will output all the attributes of all the instance which you want. So we will see in practical, that will be then it will be more clear. So let me go to my BS code. So for time being, what I'm doing, I'm just commenting this line. This is for Zipmap function, so we will see in coming slides. So if I'll see in this particular configuration file, so this is the provider block for AWS, and this is the variable which I have declared here. So variable name is VM underscore name and variable type is string, and the default value I'm providing here test. And this is particular the resource block which is going to create a EC2 instance. So this is the basically a type, like what type of resource you want to create. So here we want EC2 instance, so we will specify AWS underscore instance, and this is the test is the local name, and this is the image ID, and the count here we have 2. So we want 2 instance to be created for under this particular resource block, and this is the instance type and the text, the name of the instance. So here basically I'm specifying variable.vm name. So then VM name will be test-0 test-1. So that's how basically it will create, and this is the basically a output. So what output we want? The attributes whatever is going to create as part of this EC2 instance. So let me go to my browser. So if you can see, for EC2 instance we have so many attributes which you can use as part of the EC2 instance creation. So ARN ID, which we are going to use like a show AWS resource name, and another we are going to use here tag names. So the name of the VM which we are going to create. So these are the list of attributes basically which you can use as part of the EC2 instance creation. So now let me open my terminal. So let me first, instead of splat expression, I'll provide 0 here. So as we know, the index start from 0. Let me save it. So as soon as it's got completed, we will see the output only for one instance, because we have a specified test 0. So test-0 details it will output. It will not output both the instance. We'll wait. So you can see changes to outputs, instance name test-0 and ARN ID will be provided once it's got created. So now you can see the output here, ARN ID. This is the ARN ID for instance name test-0, because we have specified here 0. So the indexing starts with 0, 1, 2 like that. So if you have 100 of EC2 instance and you want output of all the attributes of 100 of VMs, then it's not it's basically you have to copy this particular line multiple times. You have to specify 0, 1, 2 and 3. So to avoid that thing, we will use splat expressions. So let me destroy those VMs. Let me check if it's created or not. So test 1 and test 2 is created. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to destroy these VMs and I will use splat expressions. So we will get the output of both the VMs which is going to create as part of this configuration. So the command is completed. Let's verify. So it's terminated both the instance test-1 and test-0. Now what I will do, instead of providing the numerical values like 0, 1, we will provide splat expressions. Now it's completed. Now you can see in output, we have output for both the instance test-0 and test-1, and these are the ARNs for these two EC2 instance. So it's we are not sure like test which ARNs associated with which instance. So to avoid that thing, we use Zipmap functions. So let me go to my slide. So the Zipmap function construct a map from a list of keys and a corresponding list of values. So if you can see with the help of this particular diagram, so here we have three instances, dev0, dev-0, dev-1 and dev-2. So this is the list of key and these are the list of values. So when we use Zipmap function, it basically construct a map. So if you see dev-0 well is equal to this particular ID and dev-1 is this particular ID. So with the help of Zipmap function, we construct a map from the list of keys and list of values. So this is the command basically which we have to use. So Zipmap bracket key list and value list. So in our case, key list we have here dev-0, dev-1, and value list we have ID this one and ID this one. So output it will do dev-0 associated with this particular ID and dev-1 is associated with this particular ID. So it is easy to understand, okay, this particular ARN associated with this particular EC2 instance. So that's the purpose of Zipmap function. So let me go to my browser. Okay, let me terminate the instance. So now what I will do, I will uncomment this particular line. So here basically what we are doing till now, it's a straightforward. So here what I basically am doing, I'm combining the output of ARN and EC2 instance. So it is easy to understand, okay, this particular instance associated with this particular ARN ID. So here what I have done, I have created the output block and the name I have put it combined. You can put any name here and value is equal to Zipmap and bracket. So now we want first EC2 instance name. So here we are providing AWS underscore instance dot test. So this particular things, this particular value we have associated provided here, and Next, we have provided the ARN ID. So this is the ARN ID. So now basically with the help of Zipmap, we are combining the list of keys and list of values. So in our case, list of key is instance name and list of value is ARN's ID. So let me run the command. Okay, let me save it. So the command is completed. Now you can see in the combined, this is the ARN ID. So test-0 is associated with this particular ARN ID. So if we have to verify test-0, we'll go refresh the screen. So test-0 ID is 60V. So if I'll go to my BS code, so you can see the test-0 is associated with ID 60V and test1 is here is 227. If I'll go back to my browser, test1 we have 227. So it is easy to understand, like, okay, this particular instance is associated with this particular ARN and this particular instance is associated with ARN. So with the help of Zipmap command, it is easy to output the basically output the value in basically in key value pair format, so it will easy to understand. So that's how basically a splat and Zipmap function works. So thank you so much, see you in next video.